Alright, I've got 900 subscribers. Wow. Yeah, I bet you thought I'd never be doing one of these again. So yeah, basically I was trying to do my 500, 600, 700, 800 subs specials, but about the time I finally got an idea for them, I had already hit the next 100, so I couldn't exactly do it, and besides, I was so pathetic with it. If you can remember, my 400 subs battle was done like 2 subs before I got 500, so yeah, this time I decided to do something original. Well, at least slightly original. I decided to do something called a Roulette Royale. If you've never heard of it, then you're not the first one. Basically, this is one of the few uses I have for Shoddy. You go on Shoddy and you click randomize team until you get a team without any Ubers or any duplicate Pokemon, and you basically have to build a team based on what you get. And by that I mean you have to use whatever lead you get, and you have to just keep everything the same. You can change the stats, you can change the nature, you can change the IVs, you can change the movesets, you can change what evolution stage they're in. So basically, if you want to do this, it's really fun to do. It's a lot like roulettes, but you get to actually choose what moves you have on everything, and it's really, really fun. So, and it also tests your ability to make teams and just getting any random order of them. So yeah, this is a Roulette Royale. That's what Listris calls them, and Listris is the one that came up with this whole thing, so definitely check him out. He's awesome. And this is my battle against JcFern55. Thank you for battling me, because I really needed something for 900 subs, and I figured this would be cool enough to do for 900 subs, because I don't know if anybody's done it before or not. So yeah, enjoy the battle. I've got a match with JcFern55. He leads with Sluggins, and I lead with Tree. And he goes for Stealth Rock, and I go for Stealth Rock, because, I mean, seriously, what? Who would not start a match with Stealth Rocks? So I go for Sucker Punch, because I figured maybe he'll attack, but no, he doesn't. He goes for Toxic, and he misses. So he Lava Plumes, and he lights my fuse on my tree, and then it explodes. And the only thing that survived was a slug. So, now he eats leftovers from the tree that exploded, and I go to the King of Town, and he's like, "Dooh!" And then he decides to make some earth power happen because he's hungry, and he wants to just summon all these creatures from the bottom of the depths of hell just to get some food. So he starts eating some food that he found, and then he decides to make fun of some fat little pink chick that comes in. And I probably should have gone for a Sucker Punch here, but he was too busy eating the sucker for me to do that, so he had taunt while having his mouth full. Now the King of Town eats some more food and gains some health, and then the King of Town decides to leave away, and Anti-Carrots, Flare Blitz, comes in. And Ice Beam, obvious, and I take it very well. Although any Flare Blitz doesn't do that much in this battle. So now he goes into this thing, and I was thinking, it should probably just go for an Overheat since he's going to switch anyway. And it doesn't do a lot to this thing. And he's got a Choice Scarf, and I'm like, aw, come on, really? Choice Scarf? And that was just, I cannot believe that. I mean, seriously, what? How can a freaking jellyfish make, I don't know, not even fish. I don't understand what they call jellyfish. So anyway, I go into my Scarf Honchkrow, which is named I'm Gonna Crash! Ah! Which, is from Sonic Adventure. Yeah. Anyway, I go for Night Slash, and I probably should have gone for Brave Bird, and he lives on 4, and I was like, ugh, seriously. So I switch out because I want to have Death Fodder for later, and he just has to stay in Waterfall. And I know he's probably going to switch here, so I decide to set up a light screen, because I figure, no wait, I go for a Sleep Powder because I wanted to sleep whatever comes in. And he brings out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gets hit by sleep gas and it dies and falls asleep. Okay then. So now that the turtle's out, I'm wanting to set up light screen because I figure it's probably going to have some special moves of some sort. And I keep gaining leftover recovery from the King of Town's leftovers. And yeah, watch him Star Runner. Got a problem with it. So now I go into whoosh. And he's still sleeping, and I really, really, really want his leftovers, so I decided to trick him a Choice Band because it's pro, or something like that. I don't know why I keep saying that. So now he has Choice Band, and he wants to explode. He said that he locked himself into Explosion, and he wanted to get Choice Band Explosion off. So I Thunderbolt, because dragons can do that. They can just summon lightning from the sky. I mean, look at the little hands. You can't tell me that you can't believe that. Now that Latias has control of the gods, she tells the gods to start making meteors fall from the sky. and then they hit the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they're not really ninjas, and then they die. So I get special attack lower, and then my light screen wears off, and now he goes into this thing, and I was like, oh crap, he's gonna spawn me. So I Draco Meteor, and I miss, which is just typical, and then he puts me to sleep. I wonder how much that would have done. I know I was at -2, but still. Now I go into this thing to see what he wants to do, and he goes for a Swords Dance, which is just great. And now I go back into the King of Town, and he's like, "Doo!" And then he Mach Punches me, and then I die because I think I'm -defense nature. So now he loses life orb damage or whatever, and now I go into this thing because I'm pretty sure he can't do much to me. So he seed bombs because that's what Breloons do. They grab seeds and they light fuses on them and they throw them at their opponents and then they explode. And then I make some sleep powder happen from the smoke that he just sent out from those seed bombs. And then I start eating the leftovers from the King of Town's food that he had when he died. And then he brings out the KY and then it dies. So now I'm eating my leftovers from the King of Town, and then he brings out Pinky again, and I'm like, the Pinky and the brain, dun, 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 dun. So he calm minds as I set up light screen because I know he's going to use special moves. And I go for Energy Ball because I was watching too much of Disaster Piece's playthrough of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, where every time Pan attacked just about, she said something about Energy Ball. And I got a crit and special defense drop, which was kind of gay, but then again, it doesn't really matter because the second Energy Ball is not enough to kill, obviously. And then he's Ice Beams, and it doesn't do all. I mean, it does a lot, but thanks to the light screen, I can live, but also it's just really weird. I don't even know why I'm faster than this thing. It doesn't make much sense. So I Energy Ball again, and it gets down to the red. I was hoping it would kill, but of course my luck, it doesn't kill. So now all I left is a Sleeping Latias. So I send out my Sleeping Dragon, and the Sleeping Dragon just tilts her head forward and looks at this thing while it's sleeping, and he Ice Beams, and I'm surprised that I lived this because I don't have any special defense EVs, and I kind of wish that I had my Psycho Shifting Latias right about now. But what are you going to do? So I wake up randomly, and then I summon more Thunderbolts from the sky because the gods just listen to Latias for some reason. So now I'm pretty much screwed because he brings out...
It's really cool to master! That's the kind of stuff I'm into!
Good game, JcFern55, and thank you everybody for the 900 subscribers that I now have, and I'm sure there'll be quite a few things that I have to say, but I won't be able to because there's only a certain amount of time I can actually talk for before I start rambling and start going on forever and ever 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 and ever.